For some people, Pokémon X and Y are considered the best games in the series. Is it possible that the Kalos region can win me over while completing a hardcore Nuzlocke simultaneously? Although I think the hard part will be tolerating the French. As well as your standard Nuzlocke rules, I'll be playing on set mode whilst banning all items besides held ones. So, simple question. Can I complete a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokémon X on my first ever playthrough? My name is feints, and this is a Pokémon X hardcore Nuzlocke challenge. Following the world's worst alarm clock, we head to Route 1 to take in the sights of the 6th generation. Never mind, Route 1 complete. I arrive late to a party to find out that this Shauna bitch had been talking about me. Go on then, what was the description, eh? The fact I'm a trendsetter flaunting glasses on my cap? Or the fact that I get cold toes and have to wear my Ugg boots in the summer?
What are those?
Now comes the really hard part. How was I supposed to pick between Spiky Green Guy, Hermione Granger, and Goku? As you command, Froakie it is. The nickname theme was Gym Leaders / Elite Four from whichever title. We name our starter after Koga and kickstart the ninja's killing spree with a freebie onto a wizard. It had only been 20 minutes, but I was already loving the graphics. It somehow blew Gen 9 out of the water. We approached Route 2 and that means our first encounter. I knew the first gym was bugged, so getting Pidgey was fine by me. However, there was definitely a better option which I had never used before. Shauna the Snake followed us through the forest where we get our third member, Bugsy. Then, once we escape the hisses and the vines, we get another team member. This time, it's an absolute stinker. Berg the Burmy. We get handed a pair of roller skates, as I guess that's what the French are notorious for, and zoom our way into the gym. We slide down a pole to slaughter some insects, is what a decent player would say. I, however, lose Berg to a Ledibur, approximately 18 seconds after obtaining him. I think it's safe to say that Berg will not be missed. Jokes aside, my eyes had been opened. Between Supersonic and Comet Punch, this ladybug almost ended my challenge before it had begun. Fortunately, I had priority on Koga to save me from complete embarrassment. After that embarrassing display, I resurfaced to level up some more, retrieving an encounter that I had missed. Anything but Bidoof. Anything but Bidoof. Of course it's unaware is a great ability, so we'll take it. With our new Beaver in the squad, it was time to claim our first badge. A bug-type gym leader with 2 Pokemon. That shouldn't be much of a problem. We start out with Bugsy, who is more than capable of taking on Surskit. However, we want to bring in Falkner prior to the kill, as Vivillon has the move Infestation. She clicks it turn 1, and now Falkner is locked in for 2 to 5 turns. Hopefully, we can 1v1 or break free. Sadly, Falkner goes down, and Larry is there to clean up the fight. Falkner wouldn't want you crying, mate. He fell on his sword for this badge, so we push on. We test out our new wheels by heading in the wrong direction, before proceeding north to claim a new team member. Surely, we had you a good one. Right. Well, I guess we were in need of a flying type. I traverse the gardens and pummel this team of stinkers before arriving at the big city for an escort to the professor's lab. I head inside to finally speak to the man, but am rudely interrupted by my fans. The professor challenges me to a fight, and fortunately, I have the tools to dismantle the Kanto trio before a nostalgia uprising can begin. Hold up, nostalgia loading. You mean I can take another starter? That makes up for the last 3. Looking at my team, Charmander is the best option, and I'm officially loving this game at the moment. With our new roster, we head towards the new route when we eavesdrop on a potential nonce. Someone check this guy's hard drive. Another new member joins the team, Pancham, and I'm happy to claim any Gen 6 members. We take down Tierno and avoid this trainer that I was warned about arriving into the next town. We head west to find a Snorlax blocking the path, then backtrack and proceed north to claim Whitney the Sentry on Route 6, before paying £1,000 to visit some guy's house, who we presume has the flute to wake up the Snorlax, but has no reason to give said flute to us. Even if he had the flute, never mind. Now we're having a fireworks show in broad daylight with a girl we met 2 hours ago. I guess she likes the look now. Hand me the flute, it's getting too random. Time to wake the beast. You mean this is my counter? Off. That is exactly what it means. Now sweet talk her before she flattens the team. I won't look, mate, I won't look. Just get the ball, man, chill out. There's so many milkshakes in there. So many milkshakes and chocolate. He was nervous. She wasn't nervous, mate. She just knew that her odds of death were much higher with you. We paced past Route 7 and through a 6-metre cave where we kill our next encounter, Whismer. Route 8 follows after that, grabbing an Inkay for the squad. Unfortunately he doesn't have Contrary, but it's still something I was excited to use. An Axew flaunting Dragon Rage blocks our path, but we escape unscathed and arrive into the next town, where there is no gym yet again. I crack some rocks on the beach and take one with me, then hop on the back of a Rhyhorn and drive to a much better cave than the last, grabbing both Helioptile on Route 9 and an Onyx in the glittering cave. We venture through the cave, taking down some Team Flare Grunts along the way, retrieve our fossil and take it back to finally get one of the Pokemon I've been really excited to use from this generation, Tyrant. I might have forgot to mention that one of the Team Flare Grunts had a double Moxie boosted Scraggy who, yeah, rest in peace brother. I fish up a love disc, however it doesn't get shown much love as it gets insta-traded for a Steelix, whom we also give up an Onyx for. Listen, I have no mates, okay? It's my only way to get a trade evo. It had been that long that I'd forgotten all about gyms. On the ascent, Larry falls to a fire-spinning, sigh-waving Solrock. Damn. Ignoring the beaver puns, it's time to acquire badge number 2. Marshall shows his arts with a one-hit karate chop onto the friendly dinosaur, then Thumper brawls the angry one until a series of bites forces a switch to Koga for the cleanup. 2 badges down, hopefully we can get to the 3rd one by 2026. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, we evolve our newly caught Houndour, Karen, to take down the brace of Lucaria. At least there's plenty company in the box. We get given a fishing rod and backtrack to the mansion to fish up a Magikarp before progressing to the next route, where Hariyama says no after watching Karen die. Fair enough. We venture through the reflection cave, grabbing a Roggenrola within, followed by a Miltank at the next place before entering this cool tower. We gawp at the statue of Karen's murderer before battling this weakling for a Mega Ring, all to be told that I can't retrieve it until I beat the gym too. Looks like I'll get a badge and a ring in one. One small problem, I had 7 Pokemon that were weak to fighting. Thankfully we have a Gyarados with Intimidate now. I start by getting chip damage onto Mienfoo with the Rocky Helmet and then clicking Dragon Rage twice to finish it off. I know that Machoke wants to use Rock Tomb, so I swap into Steelix, get him into yellow health to prevent the potion, then pivot to Bugsy on the 4 times resisted fighting move to outspeed and kill. This puts us in a great spot as I can switch to Gyarados to intimidate Hawlucha and resist both of her attacks, whilst replying with 2 super effective Ice Fangs, a well earned 3rd badge, and hopefully now a Mega Ring. I put the badge inside its case and climb the tower where I join forces with Karen's killer. Maybe he knew something that I didn't. This was a battle of luck to decide whether we could have our first Mega. We strike first, meaning that we either have a speed nature or it's a speed tie. Then we hang on by a thread. We click the move and thankfully we outspeed. Losing this guy would have been bad. I check after the fight and we did in fact have a positive speed, negative defense nature, meaning we probably lived on a roll. I traipse through the next route where I'm told to go back to the goats and interact with them. Don't forget the goats, I'm so confused. Oh wait, I go back to the goats now, I see. I thought you meant in the future I can like, you know, chill on them and something. I didn't know you meant now. Yeah, let me go check the goats out. Right, let me get on the goats. Right, maybe this guy. Oh! Yeah, zoom in. Yeah, they're fast. How do I jump? You like jump? I mean, I still look out. Can I go up there? I can! Wait, this is sick. Look at him go. Boing. Oh my god, this is class. Oh my god, he's so fast. Alright, can he jump the fence? He can! Wait, this guy's class. Literally the goat. Alright. Hop off of Shady Penguin's back. We've got a Nuzlocke to complete. At this point, I'm convinced that Serena is just after screen time, as she pulls up with the exact same team we stomped on 2 minutes ago. Mega Lucario starts dishing out free golden showers, which makes me place a soft ban on Mega Pokémon. I swung and I climbed and I leaped until I was face to face with the next leader, Ramos. Unlike the last gym, I had multiple options here, and other than Go-Go's team was awful. Gyarados gets an insta-kill onto Jumpluff with a 4 times effective Ice Fang. Predicting takedown or Grass Knot, I pivot from Misty to Brawler and then back to Misty to get off and Intimidate. I misplay when predicting takedown, so take big damage on Brock. I'm presuming that the AI opted for a special move following the Intimidate. Now I know that it wants to use a Grass Knot, I go to Bugsy to dish out a Poison Jab, forcing the potions. Takedown does way more than I anticipate. However, I luckily dodge a crit and finish off the kill. Weeping Bell is his last member, we get crit by Grass Knot, so switch to be safe and round off Gym Fight 4 with a Flint Flame Burst. 4 badges down and I still had no idea what the story was or if there even was one. At Route 13 we get lucky picking up a Gibble for the future. I then spent quite a while lost in the desert. I'm an idiot. Until I managed to get underground and stop Team Flare from taking all the electricity. Luckily the boss had a single weak Pokemon. 5 seconds of screen time for these two and then for this guy, which really helped develop the story, and before you know it, we're at the next gym. We play a few difficult rounds of Who's That Pokemon before reaching the apex. Thumper starts out strong, throwing just a few rocks to take down the Emolga. Then, out comes Heliolisk who wants to press Grass Knot, which is exactly why we brought Bugsy. We get some chip damage with Poison Jab, then rotate to Lenora to take down number 2. Lastly is his Magneton, but with Thumper in the back, this was only ending one way. I take my 5th badge and drop the victory dance. Ready to challenge number 6. Almost time for a Gravitic Flux. Oh shit. No, I don't have a fight here. Oh, maybe I do. Have I got a Serena fight? Oh no, I hope not. He says I fight Serena on Route 14, but I thought I would get my encounter first. Oh no. Oh no. Ain't no way bro scared of Serena. Oh, wait. She's evolved her Quilladin. How will I cope? Close one. The music and design of this area made it my favourite as of yet. However, I was annoyed to find out that I couldn't obtain the spooky Pokemon within the spooky route. Great job, Game Freak. I grabbed myself a Carnivine, which I'm happy with until a fast Google search. then listen to a scary tale before arriving into Laver City. A spot of fishing got me a hypno frog who was of no use this gym. Speaking of the gym, we were already here? Yeah, this game has awful pacing. DJ, turn the music up, let's blitz through this battle. Another one down, and a break from the badges as we disperse Team Flare from taking over the Pokeball factory. We beat a few grunts and fight the bosses again, this time in a duo battle, which earns us a handsome reward. The Master Ball reminds me to maintain my Master Agricultural status, which I'm sure will be worth it in the future. Then I get robbed by taxi drivers, do a spot of shopping to help evolve Chuck later on. After that I pick up a Murkrow on Route 16, followed by a Watchog on Route 15. I'm sure he'll make the final team. One last encounter in an abandoned building nets us a Magneton. The encounters here were cool, and I liked how there were different ways to obtain Pokemon. There's a coffee master. Dexio. See, the guy's been giving me the Pokedex. He's just dressed a bit different. I really don't, honestly. So maybe we're actually going to get some of the story now. Kind of just been aimlessly walking through and having the odd random battle against Team Flare Grunts, but yeah, we haven't had much story given to us. It hasn't made sense, the part that we have had. It was now time for the snowy suburbs segment of each Pokemon game. I headed north to the Frost Cavern, and on arrival, I acquire a Jinx, which has much better stats than I thought. A tough battle versus Alonzo almost adds to the death toll. Don't underestimate random trainers, Fane. Eventually, you will get your team killed. We venture through the cave to find Team Flare trying to ruin this fella's business. Bad idea to stand between Lenora and food.
Man, for crying out loud, I'm a nice guy. Snow cone?
We take the gifts and push to the next place, Anister City, grabbing a Sneasel along the way. Hi Serena. Bye Serena. It was time for gym fight number 7, and with it being a psychic type gym, I thought it best to bring Marshall back out. Olympia leads with Sigalith, so Surge starts for us to obtain the type advantage. We Thunderbolt turn 1 but don't kill due to the light screen. So, the following turn, I protect to waste a turn of screens and then take a Psychic to finish the kill afterwards. In comes Meowstic, so I swap out into Marshall on a calm mind. However, even at +1, we eat a Shadow Ball and then insta-kill with Crunch. Slowking comes out next, but Marshall is still hungry and kills him 1 again with Crunch. Another clean gym fight, and now a long run without a death. Out of nowhere, just like Randy Orton, Alder's cousin turns evil, which means us, the child, have to go and stop him. I really didn't see that one coming. I get lost and cycle around Paris for a while until I find Team Flare's secret base. A quick snack to refuel as the basement had an array of strong Pokemon to battle. The problem is these strong Pokemon also came in pairs. I comfortably take care of Lyssandra's weaker team before beginning the streak of Team Flare fights. We crush Aliana's Mightyana with Marshall, then execute her dragon with a couple hits from Surge. Battle 2 against Celosia goes a similar way, with Lenora slamming Manectric and Thumper taking care of Drapion. A back-to-back fight here, but Bryony's cat gets flattened and her robot gets dismantled. Mabel is number 4, and guess what? Her team of 2 is just another easy win. After a string of tough fights, I reach the basement to find this random guy in a cell, to be told a story which is far too late in the game to care about, destroy yet another boss, and then be told to press a button which dictates the fate of the world. Whoever was in charge for the writing of this game needs to go, because it is tragic. I choose the red button, which ends up being a prank, as the result was the same either way. Then head to Lysandra's evil lair to rematch his evolved team. I start with Misty to intimidate Mienshao and secure the kill with a brace of Aquatails. Out comes a fake Misty, so Surge spawns in to fry the fish in one hit. Pyro comes out next, and with a beefy Lenora in the back, I eat a Fire Blast and squish it with a couple of body slams. His last member is Honchcrow, so I swap to my physical wall, but miss a few stone edges. It's not the end of the world, however, as Flint can sub in to clean up. Time to run downstairs and stop Team Flare once and for all. Oh no, not Shauna, man. Can't deal with you as well. What are you doing here? I don't. Why is she here? She's just turning up. She's a child. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, but we're not friends. I've never once said you were my friend. You just follow me around. It's a kid's game, Finn. It is a kid's game. I seem to be forgetting this. Where did you guys come from then? Right, yeah, great, that's Serena. You go help Shauna against that one and leave me against 5. Don't matter. We use our Master Ball and send Xerneas to the box, then do a 180 to find this weirdo sporting weapons in order to gain an upper hand against a bunch of kids. I need to reclaim the legendary Pokemon's power and send it to that weapon once again. It's in my box, you literally can't take it. I don't have it on me. Yeah, someone needs to tell this guy that I don't have it. What's his plan when he kills me and he's just not on my corpse? Well, we don't need to ask that question, Fane, because despite him finding a Mega Ring on his way down, he still sucks. Why, when Team Flare took over the Pokeball factory, did they not think to make a Master Ball? Never mind, glad to see the back of them anyway. On our path to the final gym, we pick up a Drapion and end our friends' journeys once and for all. Funnily enough, they all had more interesting teams than Lysandra. We pick up 2 more encounters in Spinder and Ditto, then push on to fight Sir Wulfric Stormcloak, whose team is fairly susceptible to heat. Thanks for the 8th badge, I guess. 8 badges, which meant onto Victory Road. And with 0 deaths since the second gym, I felt a bit confident en route to the Elite Four. I break the no mega rule to disintegrate this Pidgey, causing Karma to kick me in the face. Let me introduce you to my father, Black Belt Ander. We start out against a different Pangoro, and I seriously underestimate him, as he nearly deletes Surge with a single hammer arm. I do some switching to bring Brawly in, then kill Pangoro with an Aura Sphere. Let's pretend that I didn't Mega Evolve here. Next, Heracross comes out, so I go into Flint to resist his stabs. I googled if Heracross got a rock move, and he doesn't within his learn set. Yeah, so at least now I know that random trainers can be taught TMs. Rest in peace, Flint. In panic, I thought Lucario could kill after the Spadef drop, but find out real quick that this guy is a wall. Rest in peace, Brawly. Next, I sacrifice Whitney for the extra stat drop, then swap to Brock, hoping for a miss. Which it does. Get that beetle out of here and onto a yellow submarine in the depths of the ocean. We'd lost 2 key members, but we made it out. Let's bury them and advance, as the hard part was yet to come. Serena finally had a team that weren't a complete joke, but we had a team to counter hers nicely. She leads with Meowstic again, and we inflict some recoil damage with the Rocky Helmet, followed by an X-Scissor for the kill. Then Vaporeon gets killed by Surge, which leads up to our debut of Janine to take out Chestnut. Altaria follows, and a 4 times effective Ice Beam is precisely why I brought Bryson. Last up is Absol, and following a Swords Dance critical slash, we retaliate with a Hammer Arm and finish her off for good. The rest of the path was tough, but we endure it and reach the apex, the Pokémon League. I rummaged the box for my best team and decided on this one: Garchomp, Gyarados, Steelix, Snorlax, Drapion and Heliolisk. First up was Cybald and his water types, which is the main reason for Heliolisk. The battle starts and turn 1 sees a magnet boosted Thunderbolt one-shot the Clawitzer. Great start. Out comes Gyarados, so I'm obviously confused. I outspeed and I kill in one, but then my brain clicks and realises that this gen must determine switching dependent on having a super effective move, as Gyarados had Earthquake. Well, I'll take the freebie. Unreal start. Out comes Barbaracle, so I swap to Gyarados on the Cross Chop to get off and Intimidate, then to Thumper on the Rock move, and now to Janine to hopefully 1v1 with Battle Armor. He does too much damage, so I swap to Cynthia on a Stone Edge and then kill with 2 Dragon Claws. Unfortunately, a crit means I have to swap, and I guess I'm in panic mode as I swap Misty in. On a crit Stone Edge, our MVP dies just before the Fire Trainer. Idiot. We go back to Cynthia and do what we should have done before, just kill it. Then last up is Starmie, and with our special wall in the back, we had this fight done, but with a casualty. 1 down, 3 to go. Next was Wickstrom, the Steel type trainer who leads Klefki. My plan is spoiled from the get-go, as I didn't think they would use spikes. But nevertheless, we crush the keys with Thumper. Probopass comes in to use Earth Power, so I swap to Cynthia to take it comfortably. I want to kill Aegislash in 1, so I press Swords Dance, then switch out after the special defense drop. Lenora can wall this guy, so I get him low, put him to sleep, and then switch to Drapion to set up a Swords Dance and then kill with Crunch. I was panicked here. I truly had no idea how this Pokemon worked. I weren't sure if it gained speed following a stance change, but I couldn't find anywhere that said that, so I pressed Crunch, and following the full restore, killed with Crunch the second time. His last Pokemon was Scizor, so I get a Crunch off before swapping to Thumper on the Bullet Punch. 2 Bulldozers kill, and we take down the second Elite 4 member, on to the third. If Misty was here, this would have been free, but it was time to improvise. Pyro leads and we take it out straight away with Dig. Talonflame comes out next, and so I swap to Thumper to hopefully eat and hit a Stone Edge. Thumper, you are a legend. Torkoal comes in, and so I go to Lenora to get her in range of a T-Bolt from Elisa. I then put her to sleep and pray she doesn't wake up turn 1. The praying seems to be working. I press T-Bolt and Torkoal goes down. Last up is Chandelure, and so I get big damage off with T-Bolt. But following a confused ray, swap to Janine knowing I can't be crit, and clean up with Crunch. No water type needed. 3 down. Last up was Drasna the Dragon Bitch, and although I had no fairy, I did have a dragon of my own. I attached the soft sand to Cynthia to secure the kill on Dragalge. Next out is Altaria, and it seems she's sleepy, but Drasna surprises me and switches out to trigger Natural Cure. The plan was to set up with Janine and Sweep, but I go for cross poison in case of Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail hits, and I have to swap to Thumper on the Revenge. Thumper eats the Revenge, brawls Judigan to low health, gets out her full restore, and gets Dragon Tailed out to Cynthia, which is perfect. 2 down. Altaria returns, and so does Lenora, as she walls her. We have a long, tedious stall-style battle until a sleep forces the switch again, and so I use the opportunity to swap to Heliolisk and T-Wave the Noivern. I then Volt switch to Lenora for big damage and kill with 2 body slams. Alteri returns once more, and after a battle of attrition, we come out on top. And just like that, the Elite Four were down on my first try. But what about the champion? She kickstarts the final with a sword dance, and so I return the favour. Even with a crit, I can live, so we take out her Lucha. I'd love to show you a rocky ending that makes you bite your nails, but Cynthia is just too broken. I don't even need a Mega. Next up is Aurora, and if you look in the bottom right, I think you can see how this battle will go. Goodbye Kudra. Goodbye Tyrantrum, goodbye Pumpkaboo as well, I'm sorry. However, Mega Gardevoir, goodbye also. Just like that, I am the champion of the Kalos region. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, then please like and subscribe. I'm already working on my next video. Come follow on Twitch to watch me throw live, as I'm currently attempting the same challenge for Ultra Sun. Thanks again, and goodbye. Why are they up there? I don't like any of you. Besides Trevor. Trevor's my boy. It's meant to be my moment, this. I won.